Hello and welcome to this GDS Lab tutorial 5.3.10 running an Advanced TTA. This setup allows for multi-axis control, simulating realistic stress conditions for soil and other materials. The TTA system utilises a cubic sample, allowing for forces to be applied in multiple directions, up, down, left, right and front, back. This simulates complex stress conditions that materials only encounter in real-world scenarios. So first you need to choose Advanced Loading from the test module list. And then you'll notice you have two modes. You have synchronized and unsynchronized. Synchronized means the top and bottom axis mirror each other, as do the left and right. And unsynchronized means you have independent control of each axis, allowing more complex testing. So you need to make sure that you select the correct unsynchronized or synchronized test type, as it changes the different set blocks that you have available to you per test. Going through the unsynchronized, in the upper axle you have upper axle displacement, upper axle load, and upper axle displacement 2. And then you have the usual modes of constant, ramp, cyclic, and halt. On the next set block, you have your lower axle, where you can select the displacement or load. And then the following set block, you have your left horizontal, which can be your displacement and load as well. And then the one after that, you have your right, which is the equivalent of the other, where you can have your horizontal displacement and load as well. And then you have the final two set blocks, which are cell pressure or volume, and back pressure and volume. Also in the back pressure you can use back to cell differential and backflow rate as well. Then you have a last optional set block where you have a maximum excess pore water pressure, where you can set pressure differentials in kPa, or you can use intergranular stress to effective stress ratio. Then moving on to synchronized, we have in the first set block you have your usual axle load, where it's in this time synchronized, and then you have synchronized axle displacement, as well as major principal strain and major principal stress. And again, you have the usual modes of constant, ramp, cyclic and halt. And then on the next set block, you have synchronized horizontal displacement, synchronized horizontal load, intermediate principal strain, and intermediate principal stress. And you also have TTA-B. Then you have the next two set blocks, which is cell pressure and volume, and back pressure and volume. Again, in the back pressure, you have back to cell differential and backflow rate. So I'm going to input all my values for my test. This time I'm going to use synchronized and then synchronized actual displacement with a target of 2 with a ramp in 1 minute. And then I'm going to use synchronized horizontal displacement, again a target of 1 this time, and a ramp in 1 minute as well. Then I'm going to have cell pressure and using initial value, which is currently at 100, and I want that to maintain at constant. And then I have my back pressure, and I also want that to maintain at constant because it's currently at 80. Then you have your usual optional test termination conditions, of which any of these you can use to stop the test if any of these values go over. So in my case, I'm just going to use a time since start of stage, and I'm going to select that to 2. So this is my example of all of the values that I'm going to put in. Once you've put the values that you want to put in, you can go ahead and click apply and then go to start the test. Once you are here, make sure your graphs are showing the data that you want to see. So therefore, from my example, I would like to see synchronized actual load with synchronized axle displacement, synchronized horizontal load with synchronized horizontal displacement, and cell pressure and back pressure. Then I'm going to start the test, and you should see the parameters behaving as we would expect. Anyway, that is the end of this video. This has been running an Advanced TTA. Thank you.